to a brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. Hope this is finding you and yours doing well this weekend. My name is Petrilli here with my friends at Fishman for a brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. So today we're going to be learning Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones. So what I'd like you to do is get your electric guitar and let's put it in open G tuning. So the low E string tuned down to D, the A string tuned down to G, D string, G string, B string, keep the same, and the high E string tuned down to D. So that tuning for a 6-stringed guitar would be D, G, D, G, B, D. Now, what I'm doing today, and again, totally optional if you want to do this too, Keith Richards often plays a 5-string guitar. So if you want to do that, take the E string completely off and keep the tuning as is. So G, D, G, B, D. So it's open G tuning without that low D string. So that's what we're going to be doing today. That's how I'm going to teach it. Really fun stuff. So as always, if you're enjoying these lessons that I do here on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me out. If you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, including these awesome Fishman Fluence pickups that I have in my telly today, the awesome Gristle tones, go ahead and click the link down below to learn more about those. And many of you ask how you can support me for these lessons that I do here on YouTube. I have a Patreon page, I have a Bandcamp with original music and vinyl and signed posters and merch, and I have an original band, Angela Petrilli and the Players. We are playing 2 shows in LA before the end of the year. So all of that stuff down below. Learn more, and again, I thank you in advance. So before we get started, I like to ask a question before we start playing, so please do let me know where you're tuning in from, and how about your favorite Stones record? Put it in the comments below. Electric guitar, open G tuning, let's have some fun. Here's Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones. Let's get started. So what we've got here, the intro and the verse are exactly the same. So we're covering a lot of ground. Let's start with the iconic intro 2 chords of the track. So what we're going to do here, first finger across the 5th fret of the bottom 5 strings. All right, so what we're going to do here, place that across. It's going to be a C chord. Just like that, downward stroke, nothing crazy. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to do an upstroke, downstroke, okay, on this F over C chord. So how we get there, keep the bar, okay? Don't move it. We're going to get the 3rd finger, placing that on the 7th fret of the D string, 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the B string. I like to do an upstroke, downstroke. Sometimes I'll mix it up and I'll do a downstroke, upstroke. I'll leave it up to you. Keep in mind, Keith Richards, he has a very loose groove, and it's just having a great time, and just talk about one of the best pocket players to ever walk the earth. It is Mr. Keith Richards. So keep that in mind, nice and loose. Don't forget to have fun when you're playing the Stones. So that's what's going on there. Now, once we finish that 2nd stroke, we want to deaden the strings, okay? Use this side of your strumming hand, okay, to deaden the strings. We don't want this to sustain out. That we don't want. We want it nice and crisp and nice and tight. So, and then just gently, you don't have to press really hard, okay? Gently put it on top of those strings. Okay, so again, practicing that, let's just do. Just like that. So pretty straightforward. It's really great stuff. Let's do it a few more times again. We really want that nice and crisp. Deaden that with the side of your hand. One more time. Just like that, okay? Pretty straightforward. So once we get to this next bit, okay, we're starting to really build on those two chords and just moving that second and third finger up and down, up and down. So how that sounds is like this. Okay, and at the end, notice, we got this kind of open string thing. What it is it's technically, right, a G chord, because we're in open G tuning after all. That's gonna help us move to that B flat, which we're gonna play in a second, okay? But let's go ahead and go over that a few more times. Just like that, okay? Nice and loose, don't forget to have fun. Just like that, let's do it again. Okay, nice and loose. 2, 3, 4. Let's combine it with part 1. Just like that, one more time. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. So don't forget to have fun with that bit. Then what's happening next? We're gonna do this kind of B flat shuffle, okay? And how I like to play this, okay, first finger across the 3rd fret of the G string, D string, and then that other G string, okay? I like to use my my pinky finger rather, to do the shuffle. Now, if you want to use your 3rd finger and do the shuffle like this, totally cool. For me, it's a bit more comfortable using the 4th. So that 4th finger, I'm placing that on the 5th fret of the D string. And I'm just using downstrokes here. So that's all that's happening. Okay, pretty straightforward. I'm gonna do that a little bit slower and be sure to follow along. Again. I'll move my 2nd and 3rd finger down so you could really see that. Okay, so I'll move those so you can see. Okay, and then back. Just like that. That's our intro, that's our verse. Let's play through the whole thing. We're gonna do this a couple times. We're gonna do it nice and slowly. Don't forget pocket, don't forget groove. Here we go. Slow. Let's do it again. A little faster. Here we go. Keep a supple wrist when you're strumming, okay? Nice and supple. Let's do that again. Blue shuffle. Okay, so what we've got there, that intro, you're gonna do that twice for the intro. Then in the verses, you're gonna do that 4 times, okay? So now we're gonna get into the chorus. I'm gonna play through it first, and then I will talk you through it. The song's really 2 parts, so those are the 2 parts there. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna play through the chorus. I will slow it down just a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then as always, I will talk you through it. So if you're enjoying the lesson, thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. So here we go. Here's the chorus, slowed down just a little bit. right back into our intro, okay? So what's going on here, we're gonna start with, you made a grown man cry, okay? So those first two chords, okay, we're going from C at the 5th fret. We've done this already, okay? So you can choose to kind of strum it out a little bit. And then there are some live versions that I watched of Keith, and he just lets it sustain out. So I will leave it up to you, and I encourage you if you have a band and you have a group of friends who play, this is such a great one to do. So you guys can like kind of play off each other and really listen to see what folks are doing. Then like, ooh, there's a little place in the pocket that I can do this kind of strum, or, you know, I could really strum it out, or I could let it sustain out. So I totally leave it up to you, because these guys, they play it different all the time, and it's just, oh, that's why music is so awesome. So we've got C. You're gonna bring this all the way up to the 10th fret, okay? Keeping that 1 bar shape. And that's gonna be an F chord, okay? So again, first finger across the 10th fret of those strings, okay? Pretty great stuff. So, let's do that again. So that's it strummed out, or if you want to sustain it. Now, there's a little bit of this added like chord dissension that happens, at least that's what I'm hearing on the recording, and you can hear it on the live versions too. So going from that 5th fret to 10th fret, okay, we have this little movement back that brings us back to C. So we've got the 10th fret, da da da, all that is, okay, 8th fret, okay, which will be E flat to D, 7th fret, and then back to C. And that's where that repeats. So I will play that through. Okay, if we strum it out. This happens 3 times in the song, okay? So 3 times, let's go ahead and do that together. Let's slow it down a little bit, and let me know how everybody's doing in the comments, okay? So here we go. This is the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So what's cool about this too is sometimes when you're strumming this out, you might just get those top 3 strings. But then when you go to F, you can include that B string too and really give the chords some movement and some breadth, right? So some can sound a little bit lower, and then some have this nice lift when we include the higher strings in it. See what I mean? So it gives it this really cool dimension, and it changes and it evolves. So I'll leave that up to you and how you want to strum it out, because again, Keith and the crew, they change it up all the time, okay? So this next bit, again, to the best of my ear, and in watching a lot of live versions of this, I kind of came up with this part. I think it's really cool. So again, it's close-ish. It's close, and definitely in the spirit of Keith, of course. Of course, got to keep that in mind, okay? So that first bit, we play 3 times, and then we've got this. Okay, again, to the best of my ears and my eyes, this is what I think is going on. Okay, so combining the studio and some live versions together for this bit. So the first part, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna strum that C chord twice. Okay, okay? Down, up, or if you want to do 2 downstrokes, cool, you know, whatever floats your boat. We're gonna do that. Okay, back to that Keith move. Then release back to C. So that would sound like this slowly. And when we're strumming this, notice how I'm not letting this sustain out too much. I'm really relying on my strumming hand and using the side of my hand to mute this to make sure that we don't get any sustain, okay? Nice and crisp. So let's practice that nice and slowly. Notice the 2 mutes. And again, just very gingerly place that side of the hand on top of those strings. Do that again. That's part 1. And let's do it again. Okay? And let it breathe a little after that. Okay? So now let's get into part 2. Okay? It's a variation of this. We're just moving, again, that 2nd and 3rd finger. We're moving them around a little more. Okay, just lifting up and down. After that phrase, now we use the side of the hand, okay? We want the sustain within the chord progression, but as it ends, mute, okay? Let's do that again. So that's part 2. So let's do part 1, part 2. Part 1, part 2. Okay, just like that. Let's do it again. Part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2. Okay, starting to see how it comes together, right? It's really, really fun. So for this next bit, it sounds like he does that shuffle again. So again, it's the best of my eyes and ears and watching live versions and the original. Something like that, okay? So getting that first finger across the 5th fret of the G string, D string, G string, okay? We're doing the same shuffle that we did with B flat. So this time we're doing it in C. Again, something to that effect. So getting that pinky finger or 3rd finger, I'll leave it up to you, 7th fret of the D string. Now, I'm getting a little loose with the strumming hand here. If you really want to do kind of that chugging blues, okay, with the downward strokes, I'll leave that up to you. Kind of depends on, you know, how the song's moving and grooving. So there's the subdued kind of bluesy way. I'll play that slowly here for you. Really fun stuff. If you want to kind of let it breathe a little more. That's how we would do that. Again, with the Stones, things are nice and loose. Again, all about groove, all about pocket, all about locking in with your fellow bandmates, okay? So that's what it's sounding like to me. Let's go through that again. Let's go through all 3 of those parts, and then we'll go through that final part with that little lick. That sounds an awful like one of their other songs. So let me know in the comments which one you think it is. Let's go through part 2. Or part 1, rather. And then part 2. And then part 3. Again, thumbs up if you're enjoying the lesson, guys. Here we go. So something like that. Let's do the top of the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. You made a grown man cry. Okay, something like that. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this last bit. Okay, these really cool double stops here. Let me show you what's going on. So we've got our third finger and fourth finger. This is what's comfortable for me when I play these parts, but you can, probably just do your third finger, whatever you want to do. But to me, I feel like I have a bit more control of the third and fourth. So what I'm doing there, third finger, fourth finger, 8th fret of the D string, G string, respectively. Then I'm going to the 7th, and then with my first finger across the 5th fret of the D string, G string. Just like that. And it's a pull-off. So I have my first finger ready to go with the 5th fret. Like that. See what I mean? Kind of keeps it smooth. Again. Okay, pretty cool stuff. Now, lucky for us, we're gonna do the same exact thing, okay, but this time bring those fingers up one string, okay, to that A string and D string. Okay, we know the A string is tuned down to G in this case for this lesson, okay? And it's the same idea. 8th fret, A string, D string. To 7th fret, slide it back. Have that first finger ready, pull off. And notice, I'm not strumming that last part. I'm just strumming the first hit. It's a great line. Let's do that again. 2, 3, 4. And then that gets you right into that intro. Okay, so let's go through that a few more times here again. I know it's kind of an interesting little technique. But like I always say in these lessons, you can't play anything fast, you can't play slow. So let's go through this a few times slowly, then we're gonna put it all together, okay? So nice and slowly, and again, don't forget that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a lot. Here we go. Great, let's do that again. And make sure when you're strumming, give it enough gas to carry you through all those parts. More time. It's great stuff. So let's do this. Let's go through the chorus. Those are all the parts, folks. That's the entire song. So what we'll do here, we're gonna go through the chorus a few times, and then we're going to connect everything. And then you will have all your parts to play the song, which is really great. So let's start with the top of the chorus with that C chord 5th fret. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Chorus. Made a grown man cry. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. What we'll do here is we will do the first parts of the song. So we're gonna do the intro twice. We will do the verse 4 times. We will do the chorus, okay? And then after that chorus, we're gonna do the intro riff once, and we'll take it from there, okay? But these are all the parts of the song. It's really great stuff. So again, be sure to subscribe to the channel, help me out, and check out all the cool Fishman gear too while you're at it. Good stuff. Here we go. So top of the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Verse. Stop it up. Da-da-da. 2 more times. Last time. Chorus. Let it grow and cry. Intro. Verse. Two more times. Chorus. You made a grown man cry. That's the song, you guys. It's so fun and it's incredibly addictive to play. I can't quite explain it. That's the best word that I can come up with. When you get this under your fingers, this song is incredibly addictive to play. Those are the parts. Those are the 2 parts. It is so fun. And I want you to keep in mind, it's all about groove. It's all about pocket. Keep in mind having a nice, loose, supple wrist, okay? And really playing with the timing. So with some of those parts, how we have that chorus, you can just let those sustain out, or if you want to give them a little more body and strum them out, like totally up to you. Again, this is a song, to me, is really about how so important how all those band members listen to each other. It is, and then it becomes this really beautiful, cohesive thing. I encourage you, watch some live versions and see how they interact with each other. It is incredibly inspiring. I know it is for me. Just see how the greats do it, and I'm such an admirer of that band and just such a big fan. So, as always, wishing you so much success. This has been so much fun. I want to thank my friends at Fishman for helping me run these week after week, and most certainly just with a full heart, thank you all so much for tuning in week after week. I am just so grateful and thankful for all of you. It's been just such a joy doing these lessons for almost 5 years now. It has been such a blast, and I can't believe I haven't taught Start Me Up yet. So here we go, folks. As always, just wishing you so much success on your musical journeys. Everyone be well. Turn up the Rolling Stones today. Have a lot of fun learning.